Hi folks, and welcome back to some more Ultimate General Civil War. It is September 1862 and we're about to fight the campaign that leads up to the single most bloodiest day in American military history, the Battle of Antietam, which was on the 17th of September 1862. And if you're wondering how can it be that a battle in this era with this number of troops was the bloodiest day in American history when we've got World War I and World War II and everything else that's come since? Well, don't forget, in the Civil War, both sides are the same nationality. And yes, there were an awful lot of Americans killed and wounded. What turned into be an absolute, I'm going to call it a bloodfest. It was a brutal, brutal fight. To give you a bit of a context from this, after the Battle of Second Bull Run, historically the Confederates were successful there. General Lee decided to take his army north into Maryland. There were several reasons for this. One was that Marylanders had some sympathy for the Southern cause. It was a slave state. There was a lot of Marylanders fought for the South. I think there was more fought for the North. But he was hoping that in going over the Potomac River, he would get a lot of new recruits into his army. He also wanted to take the fighting away from Virginian soil to give the farmers and the people of Northern Virginia a bit of a rest and ease from the fighting. And hopefully it would draw forces away from Washington, and, well, it would be a bit of an international coup and a story that the North was invaded by this smaller Southern army that was being very successful. And they were hoping for international recognition from the UK and France still at this point in the war. Our game diverged a little bit because, as the North, we were very successful at Second Bull Run. But, however, Lee's army has crossed and we have to chase him down. So today we're going to fight the Battle of Crampton's Gap. This was the 14th of September. Also, at the same time, one of our other corps will fight the Battle of South Mountain. We're trying to trap General Lee and the Army of Northern Virginia. We'll see how successful we are. Let's jump into this and see what we've got to do. So, yeah, these are absolutely brutal fights. Crampton's Gap. The rebels have decided for the first time to invade into northern soil. Lee has split his forces in an attempt to secure a supply line at Maryland. Jackson, with the left wing of the rebel army, is attacking Harpers Ferry, a strategic town with an arsenal. You need to drive a part of your army through Crampton's Gap to break the siege. The rest of your army must check the right wing of the rebel army spotted at Boonesborough. That'll be the Battle of South Mountain. So we can only put 9 brigades into this. I'm going to tell you an amusing story that could have been written by a bad Hollywood script writer once we get started into this. We're going to have the first corps going in here. The second corps will be coming round to South Mountain. That'll be the plan. Let's drop them in. We'll start and then we'll choose which brigades we want. We're going to have 9 brigades. This looks like it's going to be a smallish fight. Our scouts report that small Confederate forces guarding the gap. We must attack and secure the passage. We're going to have to be quite aggressive in this. Most of our forces are half an hour behind, but the garrison of Harpers Ferry will soon run out of time. We need to move fast, else the town will fall into rebel hands, which it did historically. Okay, so it's given us all brigades of infantry. It's given us, what have we got to start with? 1, 2, 3, just 4. The rest will be coming up. I don't, can I actually, I might be able to choose. I don't know that I do want to change what we've got here. I feel like we've got 4 good brigades there. And I feel like if we're going to force an attack, that's where we want to be. So artillery will come up later. It's tempting to bring artillery up now to shell up through the middle of there and wait for the rest. But I suspect what we're going to do, let's put everyone forward. Let's put Badger's brigade in the lead. We want people fairly close. I'm going to go with 4 infantry brigades. I like the numbers. All right, let's start the battle and also press pause. So what we're going to do is try and swing these guys. Can we do it like... No, we can't. Hang on. What I would like to do is swing around up here and come through the woods and try and get in a better position to come across there. Let's put our general across there. We might run into skirmishers over here. So we're going to press play, just get things moving slowly, deploy our own skirmishers so that we can see what's in the woods ahead of us. I might put 1 load of skirmishers over on the other side just so that we can keep an eye on things from that side and see what's occurring. Jedi's brigade, let's get some guys out of there. Where are they? Let's push them through. Okay, we've spotted them. I would love some artillery here. It's okay, we can maybe wait. We don't need to go all ham until the rest of the guys turn up. We want to be in the woods and in some sort of cover for this. You've stopped, eh? Let's get you into the woods and hidden. So we're going to see enemy skirmishers, or actually enemy brigades, in fact. So let's bring these guys up. We might be able to get a general skirmish line going on. And we might be able to do some flanking distraction over there. Time is okay, so time is on our side here. The Ohio Volunteers coming out to play as well. Let's get skirmishers out. So I don't need to rush this. I'm not going to try and force this. I want to see what's ahead of us. So anyway, that story I was telling you about. So as Lee crossed into Maryland, he dispersed his forces. And Jackson's force was there to try and take the town of Harpers Ferry. You should recognise the name Harpers Ferry. One of their rifles is named after that. There was an arsenal there that I believe produced them. And he dispersed his forces to scour and scout around the countryside and stuff. Unfortunately for him, his plans were found by a Union scout or a Union soldier, Union cavalryman, I'm not sure who, but they were found wrapped around a packet of cigars and left in near a campfire, or actually in the fire, and hadn't burned. These were handed over to Union High Command. So instantly, the Union knew General Lee's army dispersions and positions and his plans, which sounds utterly disastrous. And it could have been. Had it not for the fact that observing these plans being handed over was a Confederate sympathizer who managed to get a message out to the Confederate Army. So General Lee knew that his plans had been discovered and could act accordingly. So both sides knew what was going on. Lee knew that where the Union Army was and how close they were behind him, or where they were coming to. And the Union Army knew exactly where Lee was. So that set the scene. As I say, it could have been written by a bad Hollywood scriptwriter. Sometimes history is more bizarre than fiction. And so that set the scene for the battle, where there was a closing engagement, and it came to crux at the Battle of Antietam, or Sharpsburg, as the rebels called it. Remember, Union forces tend to call battles after geographical locations like streams and runs, and Confederates would tend to name it after the towns that were there. So I think we can get involved here. Maybe we can get our skirmishers really out on the flank. And let's push some men up here. I think we can also cross the skirmishers over there. And we're just going to start a general engagement. As we outnumber them quite nicely, I think we can cause quite a bit of hurt here. We'll just try and snipe away at the enemy brigades until we get Chris Pinckney's men up. Badger's brigade coming up on the outside. Let's get you guys up quickly if we can. Right. It might not be a bad idea to take the hill so we can see. Oh, hang on. We have reinforcements arriving. This is excellent. So you guys, McCracken's Frisian Volunteers, Bear Box Brigade, and Tall's Brigade, you want to go straight up there. Actually, let's draw this in properly. You want to go straight up the road and deploy into line of battle. We're going to go through in like a column formation, and we're going to go piling straight up there. We've also got Ben's battery, which wants to come up and start shelling, and Frangus's battery, which are a bit short of men still, get into a position to attack. Excellent. And we could deploy quite a few skirmishers to go across that run and flank. So let's also do that as well. Some Krakens, let's get them out. I smell a potential double envelopment here and a great opportunity for a big win. There we go. Bring them up. So we're just going to put a little bit of pressure up here. Not too much. I don't really want those men. Actually, it looks like Badger's Brigade might outrange the 41st Virginia up there. So that's great news if that's the case. So we're in good cover. We're just going to just gently trade whilst the reinforcements comes up. And then we can push for whatever is this. What is this position anyway? Is this Crampton's Gap? It looks like some sort of farmhouse. Oh, we spotted some more. Brilliant. We want the artillery in position pretty quickly. It's okay. We're okay for time. I don't want to double time anything in yet. We've found some dastardly rebel dismounted cavalry, I think. Yep. 2nd Virginia Cavalry dismounted. Our skirmishers should be able to outshoot those. We should have better weapons. Let's make sure we're moving up here. Remember, this is just a bit of a, I won't say a distraction. It's a bit more than that. We'll get the Simple Krakens up there where they can see. And you guys can move up and actually into the trees here. Can I have some more up there? Have I left some behind? I didn't dispatch Tall's brigade. Let's do that now. Actually, you can just go straight across there. Badgers, men. Okay, skirmishers falling back. It is about time to engage fully, I think. Right, let's get across here because we need to actually be in a position where we can push. With Tall's brigade bringing up, probably pushing out on that flank actually. Let's get Frangus's artillery up closer and Ben's battery up a little bit closer. They are rifled guns, but we do want them to be fairly close if we can get them there. So it's okay. We're taking a few casualties, but on the whole, we're standing strong. The skirmishers, these guys can now rejoin because not on a flank or anything. They are better off bolstering the numbers of these ranks, in my opinion. 1 hour 30 left. Okay, we've found some more Rebs over there. I'm not sure why my skirmishers keep on withdrawing. They should be able to kind of hold their own a little bit. Now let's just draw that like that. Tall's brigade moving in. Right. Let's move up. Let's bring on a general engagement. We want to try and get this one to crumble whilst shooting those guys over there. The artillery wants to... I'm going to put the artillery straight ahead. Focus fire on that. I could get the rifled artillery to focus fire on the enemy artillery, actually. That's not a bad idea. Right, we have a general engagement then. At this point, we need to get some skirmishers on the flank over there. We've got 3 lots of skirmishers over here, which are refusing to stand and fight against dismounted skirmishing cavalry. Tell you what, you can't get the staff these days. You can't get the staff. Who is that at the back? Another Virginia regiment coming on. These are rather big for regiments. They're more like a brigade size, but they're named after regiments, just for a bit of clarity there for you folks. It'd be a rare regiment indeed that was like 800 strong at this point in the war. It'd have to be a very newly raised one from conscripts, I suspect. So come on, we need to get skirmishers on those flanks. Make sure these guys are all piling in. We should be able to overpower. Major General George McClellan is wounded. That could be the best thing that could happen for the Union Army. Where is he at? Come on. Keep shooting. Where are you going? They decided they want to break. Okay. I think our numbers... Oh, our numbers are not telling there. We need to try and focus fire on these guys a little bit, I think. Come on, skirmishers. Tall brigade, you need to get in. Right. The guys need to actually push in now. It's no good. Just come on, move up. This sitting back business is not going to cut it. We are approaching. We are okay for time. Once it gets to the point where we overpower parts of the line, it shouldn't be a problem to then just push up and take this. Artillery's doing some work. Yes, nice. Keep firing away at that enemy arty. There, we've got a rout. Excellent. So, I don't know why we've ended up with a gap there. I do not want to risk getting Badger's brigade flanked. Do you know what? These guys do not want to fight, so they're not in the line here, so I'm going to try and move them a little bit. Come on, move up. Move up. We've had quite a fair trade there. Some guys have been a lot more hotly contested than others, it would seem. Enemy forces coming back, but I think we're to the point where we should be securing the better ground here. We're going to destroy that artillery battery. There we go. I'll just put you guys on the double quick there. Jedi's brigade. They need to get in and start dealing with those dismounted cavalry. We're going to be a blasted nuisance You two are going back. Excellent. Let's go up there. Come on. Keep skirmishing. This is a slow fight, skirmisher versus skirmisher, but we should be winning it. Let's just move the skirmishers up a little bit more. Come on, that artillery battery needs to fall down. There we go. There we go. Right, move on in. Come on out of the woods. You can actually... They've just fired. Give them a volley. Charge. They'll chase them off. So that'll be fine. There we go. We're about to take this place. With the enemy out of the woods, they should be much easier to pick off up there as well. Let's just move the artillery up where it can be more effective. I'll do one battery at a time. And let's make sure that's moving up as well, so we've got supplies. Excellent. Jedi's men have chased off the dastardly enemy cavalry. Stay where you are. Give them a volley as they go. There we go. That'll get them running. So who was this? This is Ohio Volunteers. Plug the gap over there. Stop and open fire. There we go. It's looking a whole lot more wholesome now from our side. Skirmishers are chasing the enemy cavalry off very nicely. That is a good job they're doing. So this should turn into a bit of a... wow. Bearbok just got a very nice volley into there. Open fire. We have generally better ground now, so we should be okay. Just going to move up a little bit there. I just want to watch that regiment coming back. We've secured the gap. We just need to hold on to it. They may try and counter-attack. We shall see. Bring the supplies up. Tempted to swing the artillery up around there, but I think the range is so extreme, I don't think it'll be terribly effective to do so. Let's bring Bearbok's men up just to hold this part of the line. It's getting a little bit crowded down here. I should probably... I'm going to swing... That's a bit of a wild swing, actually. You can come out like that in a better position. Right, then we've got skirmishers. That's the way to deploy them, like that. Looks like we've got some efforts of a counter-attack being made here. Let's get these guys in the flank. Skirmishers shooting them from behind. That's good news. Okay, we've got them in a pretty rough position here. There they go. That's looking much better. The Ohio Outlaws skirmishing away at the edge there. Jedi's brigade even getting some kills racked up from this distance, which is some good work. Alright, let's just put them guys in there. Oh, we've captured these? Get back here, quick. Quick, we've captured a whole regiment there. That's excellent work. They've just decided to surrender. They'd had enough. We can actually, I think we can do some nice work up here, so let's get in. And be a bit more direct now, I think. Right, you just rejoin. There's a little bit of marching and counter-marching going on over here that I can't quite work out what the plan is. And at this point, we can definitely bring some artillery up nice and close. The ammo is short on the rifled guns, so we'll definitely bring those up. Are they forming for a big attack down this side? I think they may be trying it. I think they're thinking about it. Toll's brigade on the edge of those woods. Skirmishers. Hang on, let's deploy skirmishers like that. Okay, I'd say we've got them. Do we want to push this? I mean, we've got some fresh troops over here. We're going to push this. Let's do it like that. Let's go. We've got time. I'm going to go on the double. And actually, these two brigades are also relatively fresh, so let's move up. Let's cause some absolute chaos over here. Oh, it's ended. I was hoping it was going to go on. We got him, though. We got him good as well. So it looked a bit rough at the start, but we did have to attack. So the attacker always expected to take more casualties, but we outclassed the Confederates today, I think, inflicting casualties of over 3-1. That was some good stuff. Units, who did the best? Badger's Brigade led the attack. Bear Box took some losses, okay, not great. We did some good capturing. Officers, George McClellan, the 2-star general, is wounded. Not lost, just wounded. Not the same McClellan that's actually in charge of the army at this point. And we've rescued some of our Harpers Ferry guns, the Springfields. We captured some smoothbores, some reboard farmers, some skirmisher weapons, and some 12-pounder howitzers. An interesting collection there that we got. The Union Officer Medal. Excellent. What does this give us? Anything? We've got a battle reward. I think it's just saying well done. Well done, chaps. You've earned it. You've definitely earned it. So 2nd Division could do with... I didn't think division commanders could be injured. Well, that's all I know, eh? So we need to replace that, otherwise there's going to be a big penalty down here. Is that the only one that we've got? That's not good. Okay, we're going to go with Tall's Brigade. We're going to replace you with a full colonel, which costs us a little bit of money. Oh, that's... Oh, no, the command penalty is from this. Don't worry. Don't worry. Panic ye not. I need to put the best person we can in there. And then Tall's Brigade, we should see... Yeah, that's refilled. That's panic over. Let's go and spend our career point before we do anything else. So I wanted to work up politics and economy. And also army organisation would be good. But this is going to give us more money and allow us to buy more guns. So, and logistics is for ammunition. I'm going to go politics. This is men and money. If I do that, economy basically just makes guns a bit cheaper, right? Let's just see. Be a 10% discount on guns, whereas this one gives us more gold and recruits. So we could do them both at the same time. They more or less have the same effect, but we'll level them up a bit by bit. Obviously, the politics one gives us more men, although we're okay for men. We just can't afford to equip them all at the moment. That's where we're a little bit stuck. So let's top up the soldiers. I think we're just going to go all with rookies. At some point, if we have enough money, we might actually use veterans for this job, but for now... See, we're also having to buy a few guns as we go.
Yes, sir.
And did we ever... Yeah, okay, so now we can buy the missing men. Doesn't cost anything in guns, it's just literally we're 18 men down, so we'll spend that. They are at 2 stars, which is excellent still. Let's top these up. And at some point we get an army organisation point, allows us to have up to 2,500 men in a brigade, which is obviously bigger and more expensive. We kind of need to get cheaper guns for that point, but that's on the list of things to achieve. Ben's battery, can we now afford? We can't. So I'll put it up to 23. We'll upgrade one of them. I don't want to drop down a star because the artillery's doing some good work when we get them in. And nobody else got involved there, which gives us some money for potential upgrades. We do need to flesh out the 3rd Corps at some point, or this is generally being fleshed out with stuff. Oh, let's go back to the 2nd Corps. Leonidas, you requested having melee weapons on the cavalry. So I need 750. The only ones I can acquire at the moment, because we don't have enough of anything else. These are quite good ones. We'd have to get the Palmetto 1842. So the accuracy is 30 compared to... Oh, actually it's the same. Fire rate 200. Fire rate 75. I don't know what the Palmetto 1842 is, unless it's a cut-down musket. But basically these count as melee weapons, so that the melee ability goes up quite a bit. As you requested it, as we have the money, I will do as you wish. We'll see if we can get you into battle, actually. Melee cavalry is very useful in the game if you get it in the right situation. Otherwise, it's quite difficult to do much with. The 4th Division doesn't really want someone... I don't really want to... I'd rather have a proper commander in charge of 4th Division in there. I mean, they will level up, but I'm going to take... Do we have anyone in 3rd Corps? Not in Brigade Command. And we don't have anyone who would be... I mean, we are just generally short of officers. It's a shame. If we go to Canton, if we go to the barracks, we can see why. Although we've only got the one that's wounded, so... Well, okay, it is what it is. He'll have to learn on the job, so that's that. Let's have a look. In the army, infantry stuff we haven't got a lot of. Not a whole lot for skirmishers, not a whole lot for cavalry, although we now have the Smith carbines, which are quite nice. And we actually have 12-pounder howitzers in stock. So just a thought, but I'm pretty sure somebody... B's battery. Oh, I can't go up because of that. Okay, I don't want to drop down a star rating. Somebody had a load of 12-pounder howitzers, and I can't remember. It's this. Oh, but there's only a captain. I don't. If I do that, we'll have a huge efficiency penalty, which would not be good. So there we go, folks. That was the Battle of Crampton's Gap. That was quite an astounding victory, I think. And what we could do with our money is just boost that up. We need supplies in all the corps. In fact, it's not a bad idea. Let's take each corps up to 30,000. And that's just going to help. You see how we run out of ammunition quite fast, so it's worth spending that in there as well. I don't think we can do much with our rifles. If anyone has Lorenzes, we might be able to... We've got 50 grand. We don't have much in the armory. And I have to be a little bit careful, because if I put the entirety of these in Springfields and Harpers Ferry, if we have a big battle and there's one coming, and we have a lot of replacements, there won't be enough to replace them all. So that's just something to bear in mind. That being said, I think the Harpers Ferry are an upgrade over the Lorenz, but it's too expensive and we can't equip them because I've just spent it all on supplies. So, there we go, folks. The next battle is going to be the Battle of South Mountain, and we'll put 2nd Corps into that one. If I remember to do that, I do apologise if I don't. But we've split the 2 corps up in the army. They'll all come together for this battle, and this is going to be a big one. All right, hope you're still enjoying the series, and I'll catch you on the next one.